Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ask Jen. I'm your host and your most honest homegirl, Jen. As you can see, we're on location, and you know location means guest. If you follow me on Twitter at all, Jen on the rocks, you know I've been wanting to interview an athlete. Not only do I have an athlete, I have the athlete who is at the top of her game. I'm a girl's girl, so of course I'm gonna give my girl the best intro. My guest's journey starts in the small town of Fremont, Ohio, but early on she knew she would be worldwide. After beating boys in wrestling most of her childhood, competing in the ring was her next big challenge. After training and competing for years, Alycia decided to put her all in what she knew best, boxing. She quickly went from college dropout to ring knockout. After years of commuting back and forth from Ohio to Detroit for training, Baumgardner decided to fully adapt the hustler mentality of the city and move here full-fledged to transform the boxing scene. She'll be fighting in her title fight July 15th here in Detroit. But before she does that, you know she had to sit down with me. Welcome to Ask Jen, undisputed super featherweight world champion. That is a title, honey. Alycia the Baumgardner.
Yes, and yes.
Welcome, dear. First of all, we is here in the boxing gym. I am so happy I got to get in with you. I know the fight is next week. How you feeling?
Listen, I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready. Listen, we've been training hard. We ready to get it on and popping. July 15th, it's going to be fireworks, and I'm ready to take this bitch to Pound Town.
Pound Town.
Okay.
So listen, I don't know much about boxing, but I saw a video you floating around on the internet. I'm like, she fine. So when I was like, oh, I get a chance to interview you, and then I started doing my research, and I said, this girl is at the top of her game. Let's go back to how you got started. Age 8, you started boxing. Growing up in my house, fighting was frowned upon. Like, we was not coming home saying, I want to fight. How did third grade Alycia tell her parents, I want to do a sport, and that sport is beating people up?
You know, my parents just seen something. You know, I'm naturally built, right? So I got this natural build. They're like, this girl gonna do something, right? And my parents just seen something. They knew that sports was gonna be that gift. And you know, we walked into the gym at 8 years old. My dad's like, you want to box? And I wrestled first. So that just prepared me for boxing and just being in a male-dominated sport to say, hey, it doesn't matter my gender. I got the work ethic to be who I want to be. And here we were at 8 years old in a gym full of men. But I'm like, let's do this.
I just saw the video on Twitter the other day, you just little Alycia boxing. Also, I just think about the fact that you started so early. You're 29, right?
Yeah.
So you've been boxing for 21 years.
Yes.
Y'all know we love a girl who knows what she wants and goes after it full force, honey. I am rooting for you. But, you know, this is Ask Jen. All my guests play a game. I've seen your pre and post fight interviews. I know you don't play too many games, but luckily this is my show and she's not gonna beat me up, so we're gonna play a game here, okay? This game I like to call personality playlist. So what I'm going to do, I know you got a big personality, you have a big persona, and I know you need some mood music to get in those moods, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is list a mood, and you tell me what song you will listen to get into that mood, okay?
Okay, bet.
All right. Waking up in the morning before a long training session, what are you listening to?
Just depends. Like now that we in camp and I'm on one, I'm up early, we might put some Sada Baby on.
Sada Baby, you a girl after my own heart. You know, don't nothing get the heart bumping like Detroit music.
I'm trying to tell you, it's fight week soon, so I'm already on one. Sada Baby at top of the list.
I know you mentioned that you do distance runs often. What is on your playlist for your long distance runs?
You know, we changing up a little bit. Sometimes we got a little bit of gospel music in there. We got a little bit of Sada, a little bit of what's the one? A little bit of East Side or some Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
Okay.
A little throwback 90s twerk music. Got a twerk playlist.
I like that.
Because the music is just, you know, got to keep you going. I'm running 3 miles. I need a little ump in it, you know, and then I'm like,
the gospel set the mentality, but the Lil Jon and the East Side Boys keep the legs moving.
Exactly.
I like that. So what do you listen to when you're doing a recovery workout? After you done ran these 3 miles, you done sparred in the gym, you going home, you sitting in this ice bath. What's the music that you listening to?
So that's gonna be my chill playlist. So sometimes that could be some Summer Walker.
Okay.
It could be some Drake, obviously. Maybe a little bit of some soul music, because I like soul. I like good music.
When you say soul, are you thinking like 90s R&B soul or like 70s, 80s? I'm a 70s, 80s. So
yeah, some Luther, some
taste.
Yes.
I love the girls got
Yes.
taste. Okay. What are you going to listen to when you come out to beat up your opponent next week?
Well, listen, like I told you, Sada Baby at the top of the list. So
Sada gonna walk you to the ring?
Girl, yes, he is.
Yes. That is so exciting. Oh my God.
It's super exciting, yes. So
Wow.
listen, you the first one to know. No one knows, so.
We got an exclusive. You know that's what
Exclusive.
Ask Jen do, baby. We love an exclusive. So, you know, we are here in Detroit, my home. I literally grew up down the street from here. I'm a Puritan girl. This is where I grew up at. I know you're not from here. You're from Fremont, Ohio. That's something that you say aloud. But after a few years of training in a city, you decided to make the move. I'm so happy that you adopted our Detroit hustle culture and was able to come here and, you know, blow up and become, of course, undisputed world champion. As someone who lives here now, you know Detroit can't be fucked with and got a can't be fucked with attitude. How did you adopt this attitude towards your game? Was it already in you, or was it surrounding something that helped create it?
So for me, it was already in me. Listen,
out.
it don't matter where I was, my environment. I knew that I had the hustler mentality. I was from a small town, so for me, I'm like, I have to make it out. I have to see the world, and I have to make those sacrifices. So the hustler was there, and so when I moved to Detroit, I fit right in because it don't stop. You know, you have to make it from somewhere, and I feel like Detroit just gives you that extra edge just to keep pushing into knowing that where you from, it don't matter as long as you can put the work in and something gonna come out from it. Okay.
I love that. Oh my gosh. So I know you train with the Harrisons, Tony and Papa. Okay, so listen, you know I got the girly audience. For people who do not know who they are, can you please explain who the Harrison family is and why they're so important to you?
So this is Tony Harrison's gym. He is the former world champion at 154. And this gym has been here for such a long time. Obviously, Tony's dad, Tony's brother. It's a great gym here on Puritan that's open to the community for the young kids. As a pro gym, you know, there's champions are coming out of this gym. So, yeah, man, they've been, you know.
How did you link with them? Like, you was driving from Ohio to Detroit, so I'm like, it must have been worth something. How did you end up in their path and working with them?
Yeah, I mean, the boxing world's small, so I knew Tony, and when I was transitioning from Ohio to Detroit, I needed a new trainer, and he's like, hey, come to my gym. My dad would love to have you, and his dad was the best man I ever met. Just a great soul. And, you know, one day I told him, I'm like, what do you think about training girls? And he's like, I train fighters. I'm like, that's how I know you for me. Because, you know, he didn't look at me as just a woman fighter. He looked at me as a fighter. So that was the respect that I was able to get. And we just grew from there. And I was able just to gain the knowledge and the wisdom. And here we are now.
As a young woman, I know, like, leaving your life behind to come to a different city to pursue your dreams is, like, really hard. What about your connection with this family made you feel like the move is worth it?
I think just individually, like, if you want more for yourself, you have to go out and expand yourself. Even people who are from the city have to leave to go expand themselves.
Exactly.
You know, don't be, you know, subjected to your environment or where you're from. Sometimes people's mentality could be small-minded. I'm like, well, I gotta go. I gotta get out, and I like to be everywhere. You gain experience from that. So this was just the time just met where it's supposed to. Like, the detour met where it was supposed to be.
I'm glad. Like I said, I'm so happy that you're here. So you making that detour, you making that big move, it's good for us. What do you like the most about living in Detroit?
I love the culture. I love the people. I think it's just, again, Detroit's a city of fighters, I would say. You know, everyone, again, is trying to make it. It's a hustle mentality. Boxing's big in Detroit, has been big in Detroit. And now, as a woman, I'm showcasing what a champion looked like and what it looks like to be a woman champion in the city of Detroit.
I love that. Like I said, you get in your bag, you talk your shit, but you are still this beautiful, gorgeous, feminine woman. So speaking of looking good, you know I had to bring up that viral clip of you at Madison Square Garden. I've seen that video quoted with stuff like, when men come up to you in a club, when my girl make me nut in 37 seconds, all types of stuff like that. What was going on at that moment when that clip was captured? What were you talking about, or what were you doing?
It was funny because at first I didn't see the camera was on me. I'm like, oh, the camera's on me. Okay, bet. You know, little cute little snippet. And then I'm like, the camera's still on me, bet. Let me turn real quick.
Okay.
AB the fire done turn it. Like, yeah, let's go. Buy your tickets July 15th. Like, you know, just promoting the fight.
As you should. How does it feel to still be regarded as beautiful and feminine in such like a harsh male-dominated sport?
I love it. It shows balance. It shows the world that you can literally do two different things, a beauty and a beast. And
like
I'm
that.
really whooping ass out here. It's just not a pretty face, okay?
Do you
There's
feel
some
like
hands behind this.
all female boxers are allowed that privilege to be able to flex in between the both?
Absolutely. Why not? Like, we're women at the end of the day. I like to be in my femininity. I don't want to be masculine all the time and have to be all hard. So,
your upcoming fight, that's what we're here to talk about. February 4th, 2023 was the day you became the undisputed female super featherweight champion. This is your first fight since earning that title, correct?
So I'll be defending my title. So
You'll be defending your title.
My first defense.
Your first defense
as
of this title.
undisputed.
Okay. See, it matters. We talked about your body. We know you do the workouts. We know you do the distance running. We know you do the recovery. How do you train your mind?
Yeah, so boxing is 90% mental. And just understanding my journey and how long it took me to get to this point, I take the time to really talk to myself, write in my journal, pray, and really have that intimate time with myself to say, I'm the best at what I do. When I step in this ring, everything don't matter but who's in front of me and what my assignment is to do. And that's to get you out, because we don't get paid by the round, okay?
You said that's to get you out. My girl gotta go. Do you hear me? You have a 14-1 record. Half of these fights were won by knockout. Like you just said, you not here to go rounds. You here to get the girls up out of here. Okay? Yeah. Your next opponent is Christina Linardatou, the first person who handed you your sole loss. How did you recover from such a devastating situation, and what have you done differently this time around?
Yeah, so at that time when I got that loss, it was a time and place where I'm like, okay, listen, AB, we're going to have to change some things. We're going to have to change your circle, your environment, your team. And these were so important because that matters when you're a fighter and when you're in the ring. So I just made the necessary adjustments. I didn't take this loss as, oh my gosh, I lost. I took it as a win for me because I've gained so much knowledge and wisdom as a woman, as an athlete. And here we are now. Like, it's not redemption. I redeemed myself by becoming undisputed. And we literally handpicked this girl to get that look back, to be like, listen, what you thought what it wasn't, you know? So I can't wait.
So we are about to close out this interview, but we not letting a moment pass without letting you talk your shit. If Christina was watching this interview right now, look in your camera and let her know what she needs to know, okay?
This is Alycia, you bald-headed. I don't even know the whole thing. But no, listen, Christina, you already know what time it is. You came to the right city, my hometown of Detroit. It's about that time you get that ass whooping and you really know what this bomb's about. What you thought 5 years ago ain't what it is now. I'm undisputed. I'm the queen of this division, and you gonna find out real soon, July 15th.
Period. Good luck during this fight. You rep the city so well. Beat her ass, okay?
She gonna see the canvas.
Beat her ass. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Ask Jen. Like, subscribe, comment, watch the fight July 15. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all soon.
I do. For people who aren't able to make it to the fight,
yes,
tune into DAZN, DAZN. That's where you can watch the fight.
It's an app.
Download it. The fight will be streamed on there for anybody who can't make it to the Masonic Temple July 15th.
Oh, yeah. We are going to have to come watch party. If y'all want to do an Ask Jen fight watch party, let the girls know. I'm going to let you get back to training because you got work to do. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.